Toby, first of all, I guess we can't start with anything other than the result at Stamford Bridge at the weekend. It was a fantastic point for all the team. How was it to play in that game?
Especially for me, it was great after 2 months seeing from the sideline. It was nice to play again, and of course we are very happy to get a point. I think the first half we deserved more. We had to score, I think, 2 or 3 times. Second half they put more pressure on us, and it was difficult, but with a little bit of luck and a good defense and a fantastic goalkeeper, Fraser, and we get a point.
In some ways, did you come out of that game thinking could have even been 3?
Yeah, especially the first half, I think. And but if you see the second half, I think 1 point is deserved, I think. And yeah, if we were a little bit more lucky or more decisive before goal, we could have had 3 points.
What does it say about the character of the team to be able to recover from conceding an early goal against the league leaders at their stadium to come back and take a point?
Yeah, normally we'll think after conceding a goal very quickly it's going to be a very difficult game, but yeah, sometimes those things happen, and you have to focus again, move on, and try to make the 1-1, and then I think after the 1-0 we played very good, much better, and yeah, of course it helps when you get a penalty quite quickly. That's for the confidence.
And for you, it was a good test, wasn't it, to play against a couple of your old friends in Diego Costa and Eden Hazard, who obviously you did play against at home as well. So what was it like to come up against them?
Yeah, it's always nice to play against friends, and in the game you switch off and you try to do your best and to play your game. And of course it was nice to play 90 minutes, especially in Stamford Bridge, to feel back, to help the team again and to be part of the team again.
As you said, it was your first game in 2 months or so. Physically, how did you feel on your way through?
Yeah, very good. I couldn't complain of anything. I was 100% fit, could do anything that I want. I was focused, and my body was 100% fit, so I was very happy.
Looking back over that 2 month or so wait to play again after your injury, has it been a frustrating time for you? I guess it always is for any player when they're out injured.
It always is for every player, I think, but especially for me because it was the first time that I was injured longer than 3 weeks, so it was mentally hard. Especially when you see the guys training and play the games, and you have to see from the sideline. It's very hard, but then you get focused, you work hard to be back as soon as possible and stronger.
Has it been a bit of probably a frustrating 4 or 5 months really, because obviously you had that injury just before Christmas as well, and you came back from that one quite quickly, and then obviously for another one to come along, it's been a difficult time for you.
Especially the last, my last injury was unlucky in a couple of stages, like the movement that I make, the field was a little bit slippy, that's why I slipped a little bit, I guess overstretched, and it was a couple of things came together in one moment, and that was just bad luck, not my fitness or something, so it was just bad luck, and it's very frustrating. But yeah, like I try to get back as soon as possible, always a bit stronger, and yeah, and sometimes as a footballer it helps. I think I'm lucky I never had an injury like 6 months or something of like Jay. Lots of respect for him because it would be worse in his head, I think, but he's working very hard every day, and my respect for him.
I guess you do get to see quite a lot of him then during those last 2 months in terms of seeing how he's coming along, and I guess it does remind you that your injury maybe isn't the worst when you see his.
Yeah, that's what I try to say. Of course it's mentally hard 2 months, but if you see like Jay, I think a lot of respect for him because it's so tough for him, and gives you a little bit inspiring him because he's doing great, and he's having a very tough time, and he's working very hard and never complains, so yeah, it's doing good.
Obviously before the trip to Stamford Bridge was a trip of a different nature, out to Switzerland, out to Davos. Tell me about those 3 or 4 days the squad spent away in the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to be with the lads and not always around football, but something else, and then you get to know each other a little bit different, a little bit better, and we have a great team spirit, and that kind of days helps us to make the team spirit even special, I think. And it was a very good trip, and unfortunately we can do it 1 or 2 times a year, but it's very nice to do. Yeah.
I'm expecting that with your time with Ajax and Atletico Madrid, you probably had those mid-season trips before, I'm guessing, but none probably quite like that one.
No, this group is very, very good, very close to each other. Everybody likes each other. There's a team spirit, and you can see it on the field. And that's why we play this season like this, because we play like a team. Everybody's working very hard for each other, and that's because next to the field there's a group of friends, and that's, I think, very important for the team.
Do you think the experiences you had during those 4 or 5 days in the Alps contributed to that result at Stamford Bridge at the weekend?
Yeah, of course, because especially in the second half you get under a lot of pressure and you need each other very hard. Even the guys on the bench, they can win. They have to work 100% and they have to run a lot and help each other, and that's why we get a point, and that's why this season we achieved a lot of great things, and because we worked very hard for each other and not selfish, but for the team, and only thinking team, and that's very important.
A slightly different game, I guess, coming up this weekend in a home game against Burnley. What are your thoughts in general about that match at the moment?
It's going to be difficult because they're in a good mood. I think they have a good performances the last week, so they have confidence. But at home we need to win. That's okay. We can't put the pressure on us because I think this season we have to do that, especially at home, and we have to be patient, good quality on the ball, and look out for that counter attack. And with the support of the crowd, it's always there on St Mary's. We have to beat them.
There haven't been many disappointing moments this season, but the defeat away against Burnley, I guess, was probably one of the lowest points you've experienced here.
Yeah, especially because I think a couple of minutes before we got a penalty and we missed it, and we deserved to win. I think we had the better chances. They had none, I think, and especially when we had the throw in. I remember that, and then by one bad throw in, something came along. I touched the ball. Yeah, then it came to another side to the goal. He scored, so it was very unlucky, and I think we could have won there. And so yeah, we want to get a little revenge, I think.
The ability of teams like Burnley to get results like that, though, and to win, as they did last weekend. Yeah. Has that been one of the biggest surprises for you about coming to the Premier League? Just how teams like that can beat anyone?
Yeah, because there are a lot of good players, like the number 19, number 20, number 18. They have quality players. They can make the difference, and that's the Premier League. Every week when you're not 100%, they can kill you, and it's something nice. That's why everybody likes the Premier League. But so we have to be on 100% to win the game, and they are good, in a good mood and a good performance. So we have to be on our best.
Is it important not to almost be overconfident? It's easy to go to Chelsea and get that result and come out of it feeling on top of the world, and then go to play.
No, I don't feel in this group that we are overconfident. I think we are focused, and that's very good. We know what we have to do. We know we have to be 100%. We know we have to be good and a lot of quality on the ball. Otherwise, they will kill us. So we know that. So no, I don't feel anything like we will do that, no problem. No, I don't feel it.
All season, every player, the manager, have always talked about going game to game, always thinking about the next match, not thinking any further ahead. Can you still maintain that way of thinking even as we move into the last 9, 8, 7, 6 games of the season?
Yeah, that's important because I think if you look too far in the future, it's not going to help. It's just Saturday, and of course we can be happy with the point in Chelsea, but if you lose Saturday, what does it mean, that point in Chelsea? So I think we want to achieve something good this season, something special. So we have to win, and that's game by game. We can't play the game against Tottenham home this Saturday. This Saturday we're playing against Burnley. So we have to be on our top, like I said, and otherwise, we will be thinking, what did we do that week? We have to be focused, and I think, like I said, the group feels focused, and we really want to win Saturday.
And you must be determined, though, when you look at that league table, to maintain that so close now to the end of the season, sitting in a European qualification spot. There must be a determination among the group to see this through to the end now.
Yeah. It's there, and we really want to achieve that. I think it's going to be, if we achieve that, it's going to be very special for Southampton. But it's 9 games, 9 finals, and it's going to be very tough. We have a couple of very tough games, and like you said before, every game in the Premier League is very tough. So let's see it game by game, Saturday. Let's get the 3 points at home, and with the people, with the supporters, and that's the first final.
And just a word for the supporters, since you mentioned them. Another, possible sellout we're looking at this weekend. Their support at home and away has been magnificent since you've been here. Really.
Yeah, I have no words for that. I think they support us every week, at home, away. They are great. They are supporting us no matter how far the trip is. So a lot of respect for them. And at home, they give us that little bit extra to push through, and that's why we have a good record at home, I think. So yeah, I really enjoy to play at home.